let's talk about social media. Let's break that down a little bit. So, social media is not new.
Nope.
Still a lot of people trying to figure it out. Still a lot of people screwing it up and using it incorrectly, right?
Yep.
Many people will say. Let's talk about individual platforms and how we can use the platforms to help accomplish what we're trying to accomplish.
Sure.
Maybe even let's back up one step and ask, what's the point of all this inbound marketing? Like, for your customers, you know, is it all about lead gen? Is it about converting sales? What else is it good for?
Here's the way here's an analogy. I like analogies. Let me give you my analogy.
I like analogies too.
Okay, good. The marketers I deal with, they're like lions, right? And they're hunting elephants. And for generations, they've been hunting those elephants. They've been hunting them in the forest. And the elephant's been in the forest and the eating's been good. The problem for everybody, though, is the elephants are no longer in the forest. They've abandoned the forest. They're out on the savannah. And on the savannah, there's watering holes. There's a giant watering hole, lots of elephants around it, called Google. And there's another one called Twitter, and another one called Facebook, another one called LinkedIn. There's a bunch of other smaller ones, and there's new ones popping up. Some are going away. And marketers just need to flip the way they think, get the heck out of the forest and get on the savannah and hunt where the elephants are. And the elephants, they live in Google. So you need to figure out a way to get found in Google without completely draining your wallet. We should talk about PPC, but without completely draining your wallet, you need to get to that one. You need to get to the Twitter watering hole, the Facebook watering hole, and the LinkedIn watering hole. So the point is, how do you get found in those watering holes, in those social media sites? That's where people live. Mm-hmm. You got to market where people live. You need to pull people in where they live.
Yeah, so how do you do that? So with great content, you're saying?
Yes, and it's this interplay of content and social media. Social media is like the fuel on the fire. Let's say you write a brilliant blog article, or you've read a brilliant ebook, and you can all your blog subscribers will see that, and you can email out to your whole email list. But the fuel on the fire is if that content truly is brilliant, people want to retweet it and send it to their friends. They want to like it on Facebook. They want to spread it because they feel smart if they spread it. And so we talked earlier about how the internet is very efficient at helping people find really good pieces of content. The social media sites, Google was the first place where it became really efficient, YouTube, but Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn, they make it very efficient to be able to find brilliant content. So it's the interplay of the two. One thing we've noticed about our users is when people spend a lot of time creating great content versus people spend a lot of time just using social media, like they don't create content, but they just use social. Just social alone doesn't seem to work. It's that interplay between the two that's sort of a 1 + 1 = 3.
And why do you think that is? Because there's sort of the list building aspect tied to it?
I just think it's like fuel on the fire. It's how do you really spread it and make it go viral versus, I mean, it just increases that slope of the curve for you. Like I think about a great piece of, let's just say you're starting from zero today.
Yeah.
You've got no Twitter, let's just take Twitter for example. You got no blog subscribers. You write your first article and it's pretty good and you build up, you get 10 Twitter followers. And then you write another article the next day, you get 20 Twitter followers. There's an economies of scale to it. So let's say you've got 20,000 followers on Twitter and you write a brilliant article. It goes from 20,000 to 20,100. Like it jumps in bigger. It gives you leverage and gives you scale.
Yeah.
It's also part of why it's not a 3 or 4 week game. It's a 3 or 4 month or 3 or 4 year game because there's leverage in there. All your lists are getting bigger. All your loops are reinforcing at that point.